Yay! Ooh. So the ASICS Fujitrabuco Pro. I have just come in from a trail run wearing these. So let's briefly go through the specs. I must say before we start that ASICS gifted me these shoes, but these views are my own. And I've only been wearing them for 3 weeks. So really this is my out of the box first thoughts on the shoe. So this is a neutral trail shoe. It's I've got a size, UK size 8.5, which is a US 10.5, and mine weighs 270 grams. This must be the lightest trail shoe I've ever worn. It really is super light. So starting with the upper, it's a nice roomy toe box. The shoe is not waterproof, but I have to say I always choose non-waterproof trail shoes. Most of the trails I go on where I live, there are streams to cross and certainly big puddles, and you know, once the puddle comes over this hole here, then you're going to get wet feet anyway. And what I do find then is if they are waterproof shoes, it takes so long to dry out and my socks are soggy for ages. So I prefer to have non-waterproof, let my feet get wet, and then they'll dry out a lot quicker. It seems to work better for me. So they're not waterproof. First thing to mention really is this really stretchy, super soft mono sock. So it makes it nice and easy to slide your foot in, and this sort of neatly hugs your ankle. And what I liked about this was that it did seem to stop all those little bits of debris getting in my shoes, all the bits of stones and gravel and tiny twigs and things. So I liked it for that, plus it was really soft. There's also the fast lacing system, which you've seen the video on that, so this is great, and I think it will really come into its own in the winter. Now I haven't been able to use this shoe yet in anything other than nice sunny conditions, because in the UK we have had the most amazing 4, 5, 6 weeks of sunshine, so I haven't gone out in anything wet. So you can probably see they're still in quite nice condition, but when I am running in the rain and the mud, that having this lacing system will come into its own, because there's nothing worse than having frozen fingers and having to deal with soggy, cottony, wet laces. Just yuck. So I think this will be great then. But I will do another review much further in when I've put these, you know, more to the test, and maybe I'll be able to talk about that then. The midsole is ASICS Flight Foam, which does make this shoe super light, as I said. I'm moving on to the outsole. We've got the rock protection plate there, and these lugs, ASICS say that they have positioned these lugs, some forward facing, some backward facing, to give you the maximum grip whether you're going up or downhill. Now I've only used these on the dry sort of shaly gravel, and the grip was great. And to be honest, if I'm going to fall over, which I do, it's usually in the dry on those sort of slippery tiny stones that I fall, rather than in the mud anyway. So they work really well for me in that. So first thoughts out of the box. I'm liking this shoe very much. I'm really enjoying how lightweight it is. I really like this mono sock. As for the rest of it, I will put that more to the test and come back to you when I've done a lot more miles in this shoe. So let me know in the comments if you've got yourself a pair of these and how you're liking them so far.